You are now listening to the most electrified and vilified podcast on the net, Hot Topix Podcast. Let's get this party started. Welcome to the Hot Topix Podcast. I'm your host, Psycho4081. I'm here with my lovely host,
Lamb Chop,
and the notorious Felonious Feather is not here today. She'll catch us on the next episode. She's busy. She's a hardworking woman.
and a mom.
And a mom, that's right. Which is probably harder. So
Absolutely. Every time I hear you say notorious, I'm waiting for you to say notorious.
B.I.G.
Or the new one was RGB.
RGB?
Mm-hmm. RG. Roof Gator.
Oh,
Roof Beta. RBG.
RBG, yeah.
RBG.
Yeah,
Beta Ginsburg. Yeah, that was a hard loss, man.
You know what? Because she should have retired. Because she had a lot of medical problems, and they could have replaced her.
Right. Yeah, well, that's why that shouldn't be a lifetime appointment. But that's not what we're talking about right now. So we're going to go.
So today, we're going to talk about breast cancer. More specifically, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we're going to go into some prevention, treatment, all that type of stuff. And obviously, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm. October is.
That's right.
Yes.
So we also have a fundraiser. If you go to our website at Hot Topix, Topix podcast.com, and you go to the event link, and you'll see we have two. One goes to the Susan G. Komen fundraiser, which is fundraisers for
research and development. Mm-hmm.
And we have Tata Tuesdays I added just recently that goes to actual
support of the person with breast cancer.
Right. And if you caught the other episode, it was you heard the story. It was it was thought provoking for me.
Yeah, it was very good. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
but, I'm on the podcast, so I might be biased.
No, it was. I review everything, and it was actually pretty good. And
yeah, it was very informative.
She articulated her feelings very well.
Mm-hmm.
The whole process. So it was an eye opener. That's what I'm gonna say, an eye opener for me.
Yep.
I didn't realize that people went through that much.
Yeah,
I knew it was the one. I didn't know that the actual breast cancer thing didn't hurt. It was the going through the treatment that hurt. So I didn't know that. So I learned a little bit about it.
Well, for some women it doesn't hurt. But for some women they may have a little bit of pain. But yeah, the treatment is worse than a cure. The treatment is worse than a cancer sometimes.
And that's what I've heard. Like even with the different cancers, when you go through chemotherapy and stuff, you don't actually die from the cancer. You die from the treatment, the chemotherapy, because it just destroys your body.
It definitely ravages your body. Yeah, absolutely.
But I am a believer in science, and I believe that we're on the cusp. We are on the cusp of fixing all of that. I truly believe.
And I want to be encouraged by your belief in science, but I truly believe that sickness is a business.
It is.
And that we make a lot of money with a lot of sick people. So
what needs to happen, with that said, the private industry has an ethical obligation to their shareholders, where if they put that energy and that money into the government has an ethical responsibility to the people.
Right.
And it would be in its best interest to do that. So maybe I think, this is my personal belief, call me socialist if you want, I think healthcare should be socialized. I don't think
available to everyone, and not cost you $750 a month.
Right.
And there should be no pre-existings, because people can't get insurance or treatment.
Right. I truly believe that the whole healthcare system could be on the back of the government with their money, and bring in the best of the best scientists, doctors, whatever you need,
right,
and do that. So
our healthcare system definitely needs to be revamped.
Yeah,
for sure. It's too many private hands in doctor's business.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm off my soapbox.
So, all right, a little bit about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I looked this up because I was like, well, I don't remember when it first started. I just remember I was in maybe the Navy.
Don't you say, Gary, say if you say elementary school or something like that, I'm going to push you off that chair.
So, speaking of which, it started in 1985.
Okay.
So I was in high school.
Okay, I might not push you off the chair, but...
So, yeah, it was created as a collaborative effort between the American Academy of Family Physicians, AstraZeneca,
Mm-hmm.
Healthcare Foundation, Cancer Care Inc., and a variety of other sponsors to raise awareness and gain funding for research for a cure. Okay. Which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah. And I'm sure a woman was behind that. I guarantee you it was.
I think men, and it's sad to say, men don't usually get in behind things unless it benefits them or they took a loss.
Right, exactly.
So,
they'll get behind it if they lost their mom or their wife or something like that. Then it becomes a cause for them.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know what?
Or a child.
I'm good. Yeah, or a child. Yeah. I will give you guys the benefit of the doubt on that one because a lot of people are like that. It's not that important to them until it hits home. So I'm gonna give y'all a break today.
So. This month is an annual campaign held in October to raise awareness about breast cancer, promote early detection, and that's what we're going to talk about, early detection, and support research and education related to the disease. Now, the other podcast, we talked about the more or less the education part, what somebody goes through, all that type of stuff, which I thought was like really impactful. For, when we talk about prevention, the cure and all that doesn't really hit home as much. Right. But when you hear somebody's personal experience, what they went through, that's like, kind of like,
And the pain, it's painful. You hear the pain.
Yeah.
You hear the pain. Yeah.
So some of the key things we're going to talk about in regardless to the month, we're going to talk about the purpose, some of the activities that occur, like screening, promotions, and support for patients and survivors. And I guess that was what she does. She does support.
Yeah, she does support for survivors.
Okay.
And I think she said caregivers also. She included everybody that's impacted in some kind of way with breast cancer.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, check out her website at tatatuesdays.com.
Yeah, please check it out and donate if you can.
Yes. And if you go there, you can find a link, or you can even go to under our event, and there's a link to if you want to donate as well. So, what do you think the purpose of breast cancer awareness is?
Well, to teach people about it, to teach people about breast cancer, what it is, how you get it, prevention, all of that things. So, I think to make people aware.
Okay.
I mean, I can't use it says breast cancer awareness to give people some knowledge about breast cancer and how it impacts a family, because it does impact the entire family.
It does. So he said the primary goal was to educate, like you said, about the importance of breast cancer screening, early detection. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people need to get into. I've heard people say, don't sleep on your exams.
Your mammograms, right.
Yes.
Or your self-exams.
Yes.
That's another thing, your self-exams.
Now, does everybody know how to do that?
I don't think we do. I don't think a lot of women really knows how to do it. But your GYN or your primary care doctor can tell you exactly how. But for real, poke around. Touch yourself. Stop. Stop, psycho. Psycho was getting ready to go off. Touch your breast. Examine your body. Know what feels right and what doesn't.
Okay.
So, it's gonna be a long night.
And you have to also know some risk factors. Yes. And that's just not just for breast cancer.
That's that's for everything.
And
right.
like we were talking earlier, risk factors. We are, I hate to say it, in our American society with how our food is being grown and being served, being bought, you might as well say everything's a risk factor.
Yes.
Like everything.
Yes.
Unless you're growing your own in your own soil with your own water.
Right, because the rain has its own, it's hard.
And most people, I think they know they see the activities that's being done. I think I did one some years ago. We did a breast cancer awareness. No, we did a health fair.
Okay.
But the focus was breast cancer awareness.
Gotcha.
And, it was pretty good. Everybody came out. They had a lot of vendors, and we talked about health fair. And I thought about saying, hey, we got a lot of unhealthy vendors out here, for food and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, well,
hey,
I'm pro-choice.
Yeah.
So that was
and it's okay to have a little treat every now and again.
Yeah. So awareness campaigns, fundraising events, which is the big thing, and even the NFL got into it.
Oh yeah, I've seen the pink socks and the pink cleats. Is that what they call
pink
them?
shoes, cleats? Yeah.
Yeah.
What else they'll do? Pink gloves. So wear pink. That's the key. Wear pink, and that's the thing. I think everybody knows now that's associated with that.
Right.
So
right.
It's pretty common.
Well, each cancer has their own color.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. What is let me see.
Don't ask me that.
Don't
ask me. I'll look it up for you. I'll look it up for you. But
no, purple. No, wait. So everything has a color, so they can share colors too. Because I think purple is for like autism, maybe.
I don't know.
Okay. So we also want to promote screenings and the support part. Now, you have some statistics.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
I'm looking up the ribbon colors. See, don't be trying to get me to be doing all
well,
this stuff.
one of the things was we always talk about who's more susceptible, what demographics gets hit the most, and we talked about that before.
Right.
There's black women.
Right.
And I did some thinking on that too. I was like, wait a minute, what's the common denominator? And you guys were talking about the different products and stuff. I'm like,
yes.
What if they put it in the Afro Sheen?
We're laughing at it, but it's not funny because.
But I thought about this.
Once you go down that rabbit hole, like I was talking to her, like you look at all the things that are toxic: our nail polish, our hair products, our skin products, our feminine hygiene products.
How about perms?
Yeah, I said hair products.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And that's why they're doing that whole campaign now that if you had ovarian cancer and you had a perm, call this lawyer.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, and she had a good point. Like, why is it going to travel all the way down to your ovaries? Why not start?
That's like 98% of
black women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Think about that. And I think the other statistic with black women is that our access to health care sometimes is not that good, so that's another issue. But across the board, all different color people get all different color cancers. And that's,
That's our society too.
Well, I can't say different color cancers, but different types of cancers. I had color on the brain because I started looking at the ribbon colors.
All right, what's the ribbon colors?
Okay, pink is for breast cancer, teal is for ovarian, white or pearl is for lung cancer, light blue is prostate, leukemia is orange, kidney is also orange, pancreatic is purple, bone cancer is yellow, brain cancer is gray, colorectal dark blue, endometrial, peach, thyroid, teal, pink, or blue, bladder cancer, marigold, blue or purple, myeloma and skin cancer is black, lymphoma is lime green, liver is emerald green, stomach cancer is periwinkle, head, neck cancer is burgundy and white, cervical cancer is teal and white, gynecological cancer is purple, and testicle is purple. And that is a lot of cancer.
It is. And I think you skipped one.
What did I skip?
They have blood cancer in there?
They did not.
They did not. I was looking for that one. But somebody asked me earlier to do an episode on cervical cancer.
Okay.
And I said, well, I don't think I know too many people who have that or had it or, because it doesn't really,
Yeah.
But obviously it must have, since somebody mentioned it, must have hit somebody's family.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. So
yeah.
maybe we'll add that in there.
Mm-hmm.
But here's some interesting statistics, and some may shock you, some may not.
What did it say? 1 in 8 women?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
We have let's say 350 million people here. About half of them are women, maybe a little bit more. Mm-hmm. It's 175 million women. 1 in 8.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Agreed. I'm not disagreeing with you.
But they said approximately 13%.
So in 2023, approximately 297,790 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in women in the U.S.
And that was the question we had, or the little they're expected. So why are they expecting it? Is it because genetically, or?
Well, I think they just base it on past statistics. Okay. It's just a numbers game. And they watch it increase every year. So based on, say, it increased 10,000 last year, they're just going to say, well, it's probably, the statistics is going to say it's going to increase 10,000 this year, probably plus. So I think it's all a statistics game, because you can't really know, That means they need to put more focus on the causes or prevention. And like I said, I truly believe it's environmental, aside from the genetic thing, but it's still environmental in our food. Yeah. I'm 99.9% like Ivory. Remember that? I do remember that. Ivory. Oh, Lord, I'm old. I absolutely remember that. Well, I mean, if you want to take what's the common denominator, we all eat.
Well, yeah. There you go.
And some of us do eat healthier foods, and some of us eat unhealthy foods.
And I had 2 healthy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And sugar's the devil.
On white bread?
No, it was actually honey wheat.
Honey wheat is the devil.
What?
Honey.
Sugar. Honey is the gift from the gods.
Honey is the gift from the gods, but it's still sugar.
Well, I had some sugar with my sugar.
You did, because your jelly is sugar. I ain't mad at you. I will do an Uncrustable in a minute.
And I don't skimp on my jelly either.
I do. I like less jelly. Where were we? Mortality rates. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death among women. Wow. I estimated 43,700 deaths in 2023.
That's unacceptable. I think something that's that high should be high up on the priority list, and they need to really get into the causes of that.
Want me to tell you why it's not a priority?
Money.
Women.
Oh, you're saying women because it's women. Wow.
Because it's women.
Well, women are getting more power. Like you look at
that's
Congress, that's why it's starting to get the buzz.
And people are starting to talk about it, and we are demanding more for our women.
Yeah, that's. I think what scares people is money. Everything's rooted in money.
Absolutely.
So that means if we have to make better food products, that means it's going to cost us more money.
Right.
So if it costs us more money, then I'm not going to donate to your campaign.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yep.
And then, well, what if now these products cost more? How are we going to compete with other products coming in?
Right.
I don't know.
And who can afford to buy it? That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows my salary ain't gone up in a minute. So, who can afford to buy it? It's a lot. It's a lot that people don't consider.
43,700 estimated deaths just in last year.
And this doesn't tell you, is this based on early detection, or is this based on, when they found out and how aggressive was the breast cancer? It doesn't tell you a whole lot in that number.
I would like to see a statistics that tells us the percentage of, say, when it was discovered. How early,
right.
Then it was she said 5 different types.
Yes, it's stages. She was 0, and then she went to 2, and so yeah.
So then she said 5, then right?
Right,
so
5.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
So yeah, I would like to see that too, because if a lot of them are in stage, let's say 4,
right?
Then that means that
it's likely that they're terminal or going to be terminal. Or, yeah,
and then they're not getting themselves checked. They're not checking themselves. They're not getting the mammogram. I've heard the stories about mammograms too. I was like, so that's not even a men. We have it good out here. Just in the realm of health, we have it so much better. All the stuff that they have to go through. It's like
gosh, that's too funny.
I am so glad. I'm so glad I'm a man. I don't know if I can handle that. I'd probably be fatality, because I know me, I wouldn't be.
You would do it. You would do it because it's part of your rotation. It's part of your world. You would do it. You would do it. And you do just like we do. You hold your breath and you grin and bear it. But then again, we spitting out kids too.
Well, that's
so
true.
is the pain level is kind of different for us than you guys sometimes.
So episode on why it's better to be a man.
No, we're not doing that.
Why?
We are absolutely not doing that. Because I'm going to be mad when it's over. I'm sorry. I'm going to be angry.
Survival rates. It says the 5-year relative survival rate for women with localized breast cancer. When they say localized, they talking about
I think one area that has a spread.
Okay. It's around 99%.
Right.
Survive. Oh,
so that's good. Yeah, that's very good.
5-year relative survival. So that means in 5 years, they're still
at
alive.
99. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those with regional spread, it's about 86%. So that means if it's in the breast and spread to somewhere in the chest cavity.
Right.
While metastatic breast cancer, the rate drops to 29%. Now, what is metastatic?
That means it's spread through other parts of your body.
Oh, just one.
So it could, like she said, she had hers in her lymph nodes.
Okay.
Sometimes it spreads to other organs in your body.
Right.
So it's left the breast and gone someplace else. I mean, it's still in the breast, but it's
spread to
So now you other
got
parts of the body.
Different other organs
that
you got to treat or fail.
Yes.
Yeah. So 29%, then that's not as bad considering, I mean, the worst case scenario, if you going, it goes from your breast to your liver to your,
But think about the treatment. 29%. You heard her story about her treatment. So if you got metastatic breast cancer and they trying to treat it and they're going to treat it aggressively because it's going to other parts of your body. So you talking chemo and radiation and
then all the symptoms that go along with the different organs. And,
Yes. Yeah. Wow. It's not a pretty ride.
Do men get breast cancer?
Absolutely. You got boobies, don't you?
Not me.
You have nipples, so let me stop. Yeah. Men do get breast cancer.
Do you know anybody?
No.
Any men?
Other than Richard Roundtree.
He had breast cancer?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he talked about it too. Yeah.
Maybe I forgot. Maybe I think something like that I would remember.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the only male that I've heard of that had breast cancer.
Wow. All right. So they say one, and it's still a lot. I mean, it's still high considering the number of men in this country. Well, let's say the world.
Right.
1 in 833.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That can't be right. No, the women is 1 in 8.
Yeah.
I don't know why. In my head, I was thinking 1 in 8,000.
Oh, no. I mean, that's still a lot. That's still a lot of people.
No, but I'm thinking.
But not as many as
1
women.
in 8. Yeah. Now I'm just sinking
into
me.
Okay, it's sinking into you.
So
think of 8 of your friends. That ninth friend could have breast cancer.
I'm thinking in my head 8,000.
No.
So out of 8 friends, one of those
eight could have.
That is crazy. Now I do have friends that has had it.
Right.
So wow.
Yeah.
1 in 8.
Yeah.
Those are horrible odds.
Horrible.
Ooh.
I enjoy being a girl. Yeah.
Now, like I said, I don't know of any males that actually had breast cancer, or I've never heard of anybody talking about, like you just mentioned that. But okay, that's something. So for men, they say 2. No, that can't be right. That can't be right.
What are you looking at?
Maybe you're looking at the wrong thing. I guess not. And this is for men?
Yeah. 1 in 833.
Oh, we're down here.
We're on mortality now.
Okay. So I was like, I thought we can't be the same as women. They said 2,800 new cases of 2,800.
2,800 new cases for men. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And I'm okay. So things come to my mind. Are they big men? Does this have
No, you can have think of Richard Roundtree. Did he walk around with a bra on? No. Yeah.
530 men are expected to die from breast cancer in 2023. And I could tell you this. I don't do no self-check as a male. Who does that?
Right. And do they encourage him? Have you ever heard them say men check too?
No. Wow, that's interesting because...
Oh my God! If y'all could see him right now,
I wouldn't even know what to check for. Like, I would imagine, I guess, a lump of some sort, like a
something that doesn't feel right.
Well, nothing feels right
until
I start doing some bench presses of push-ups. I'm like,
I can't with you. I cannot.
So even the 5-year survival rate for men, the same, 98%, which is a little bit less, and I'm pretty sure that's because we don't check.
Right.
85%, just a little bit.
Still,
around the same. Okay.
Around the same. It's all around the same.
Now, what are some factors? We already talked about the...
So genetic, your diet, your age. Yeah. I think the older you get, the more likely it is that you're going to develop cancers.
They say if you have a family history of it, do you get mammograms earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you get mammograms earlier. And I'm trying to remember why I started getting mammograms earlier. I started getting mammograms in my 35-ish.
Oh, really?
Around.
Did you have a history?
I can't remember now why I started getting them early. That's crazy. I'm getting old. Yeah. No, I have absolutely, I don't know anyone in my family who had breast cancer.
Wow.
My father had prostate cancer. They thought my mother may have had pancreatic cancer.
Well, maybe it's a cancer in itself.
Cancer in itself, but they're not really sure about my mom. And my grandmother did have colorectal cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not what killed her. She did good with hers.
I think that's my paternal grandmother had that.
Yep.
And I say again, back to the food or food choices too.
Right.
So we already know the risk factors. Could be, you said, age, genetic factors, history, and you said something else. It was
lifestyle choices.
Lifestyle. Okay. You said you got your mammogram in your 30s.
35. I want to say 35. I honestly think it was a precautionary thing because I had so many other GYN issues.
Okay.
And I had an early hysterectomy.
So that means, for you, I guess, overall, you was just coming in and maybe they said, well, let's get these checked.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. And then after that first mammogram, they discovered I had what is called dense breast, which means it's hard to...
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
See any lumps on the mammogram.
Okay.
So the self-check is real important, and your constant mammograms are very important.
Okay.
So that's probably why I was getting them more often after that. You ready? Let's keep going. It's freaking you out a little bit. I see a little bead of sweat on your head.
Because I get visuals. I have all these visuals things, and it's just kind of like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Some of the causes is hormonal, genetic, environmental, which I think is huge.
Yeah.
Then talk about the some of the genetic factors, which I really didn't understand. I understand gene mutations
right
in a different way because I have a gene mutation that gave me I can't even name the essential thrombocytosis or cythemia or
so put it in words. What's that movie the guy said? Explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old.
I got too much blood. So it says BRCA1 and BRCA2 significantly increase the risk of breast cancer. So you can get a genetic, and I know for just my experience, that is expensive getting those tests.
Oh, those genetic tests.
Yes.
Right.
So I can imagine that most places wouldn't just automatically say, hey, let's go get those checked out. I think that's probably like after the fact.
And I'm not sure if this is a test, but I know that there is a test that women are getting to determine if they have this gene. And a lot of women are opting for a double mastectomy before, once they know that they have that gene, they'll get the double mastectomy.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe that it might be.
Okay.
I think one of the stars, I want to say, maybe not Christina Applegate, but it's one of those stars who...
Brad Pitt's ex-wife.
Jennifer Aniston?
No, the other one. The one with the lips.
Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
She had a double mastectomy?
Yes.
Okay.
I think hers
because
was preemptive.
Okay. Yep. Okay. And that's what they do. Let's try to get ahead of it before it develops into cancer. So that's a brave move.
So I'm going to assume if somebody would want to do that it would probably be because that is something that would be really aggressive and hard to treat.
It's probably a high risk that you're actually going to get breast cancer.
Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, so I guess that'd be one of the risks. You have a close family, but you said you didn't have a close family member.
I did not. That had breast cancer.
Hormonal factors. Now the whole estrogen thing. I was reading about that. This is one of those nights I'm up and something come across my phone. And I have to go. Just. And it seemed like the just from my perception that when you have high estrogen, you have high problems for whatever it was. That's what I got out of it. But it said prolonged exposure to estrogen, whether through early menstruation, late menopause, or hormone replacement therapy, can increase the risk.
Right. I could not do hormone replacement therapy.
Prolonged exposure to estrogen. So that means if you're growing faster as a child, you're
and developing faster.
Okay, so
your estrogen levels may be high.
Wow.
Yep. Early onset of menses, like all of those things.
And I've heard of girls getting as young as 9.
Now, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what age range did you say is the highly? Is it over 40? When did they say get your
mammograms? Yeah. I think they said 40.
40. Okay.
At 40.
At 40.
You should start getting mammograms. I think that's what it is. But your chances of getting breast cancer increases after 55. Is that what it is?
55.
After 55. Yeah.
Wow.
And other lifestyle factors, obesity, lack of physical activity.
And that's with anything.
Check. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And alcohol consumption. Yeah. So and you said environmental factors, pesticides, plastics, all of those kind of things.
So if you live near an incinerator and you're heavy set,
oh Lord, yes.
and you sit back and do nothing except drink beer,
you know what? They probably won't get breast cancer. But yeah, you're pushing your numbers up when you do this.
And matter of fact, you have the high power lines going across your yard.
All that stuff
I
is
don't
so
with
scary.
That one,
That's all of that stuff is scary. It really is.
Now let me ask you something. We're speaking of radiation. And people with cell phones put out radiation.
That's what they say. Yeah.
Maybe.
It's a whole group of people who believe that, like, sometimes women will put their phone in their bra, and it's a whole group of people like, don't do that. That causes, that can cause cancer, and that can cause this, that, and the other thing. Well, one, my boobs ain't big enough to hold my phone, so I didn't have that problem. But a lot of people say don't put your phone to your head.
Right. Which I don't. I don't like talking on the phone like that anyway.
I don't want to talk to people.
I'm one of them annoying people that walk through the store with everything on the speaker.
Oh, I'm so mad at you. I'm so mad at you.
I just, I don't like doing this. Like putting this, I just don't.
I'm with you. I don't like doing that either. But I will say, I'm in the store. I will text you, I'm in the store. I'll call you when I get in the car. Like, stop it. If you're out there doing it, please stop it, because you're annoying the F out of everybody. Talking on the speakerphone. I don't care what you have for dinner. I don't care if you're.
I just don't like the ones that argue. And to be loud.
Yes. I was in Party City and I heard how her baby daddy ain't F. and the whole time I'm in there, like, please let me find my stuff and leave.
I'm like, oh, what his name is? What his name is?
I just wanted to be like, you picked up, dumbass. Now get off the phone. Okay, I'm sorry. We got off track. Yeah, we got off track. So basically, they're telling you to have a balanced diet and limit your alcohol. Absolutely don't smoke. I think breastfeeding lowers.
Yes.
Oops, sorry. Breastfeeding lowers the risk, right?
I heard that.
Yes.
And, I made a joke out of it, a while ago. This is when I first heard it, because it was like, getting your breasts like in an intimacy thing,
right?
That's how they put it. They said, if you're having relations and getting your breasts sucked on, it'll reduce cancer. So I was like, no, this is how it came to me.
Oh my God.
I'm like, that's a good pitch.
What is wrong with people? These are the people voting for Trump, right? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. You do know that there's all kind of hormone changes and all of those things happening when you're pregnant and you're breastfeeding. That's what it is. That's what's helping you. It has nothing to do with the suckle part.
This is the benefit. Men, do your part. Or women. Hey.
I don't judge.
All right, so we talked about weight. And that's with anything. Like I said, you know, that's one thing you will see across any health thing. Mm-hmm. Exercise, maintain a healthy weight.
Don't smoke, low alcohol consumption.
And getting rest and all that other type of stuff.
Right.
So
lower your stress.
Yeah. I guess we could have made this a blanket. That's in everything.
Yeah, that's in everything.
And it's not. And here's the thing: it's not that easy to do.
It is not.
You can say that. I was thinking about these things. I was like, man,
no.
Like somebody told me, said, really, cut your sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what does a fish swallow water? What? I did cut my sugar. I only ate 2 pounds of grapes. So, and I know I should.
And it's really your processed sugar. It really is. It's very hard.
I was told all sugar.
Well, see, you're right.
But the process is worse.
The process is worse, and you're right, because I remember when my mom, I would go to her diabetic classes with her, and they would say she could have handful of her apples or oranges were like only if you feel like your sugar is low, have an orange. Oranges have a lot of sugar. She could have an apple that's small as her hand, fit in her hand, and like 5 grapes or something crazy.
She told me 13 grapes.
Yeah, raisin. Maybe it was 5 raisins, because raisins are really high in sugar. So any dried fruit is really high in sugar.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff that you have to watch out for.
I got that big old bag of dried figs on my refrigerator. I know, let's go to Costco. Shout out to Costco. I'm gonna say it every time. So you get the unsweetened, dried, mangoes.
Okay.
And figs.
Okay.
And what was the other ones? But I really love the mangoes.
Okay.
So, kill me now.
It's really hard.
Have you heard of hormone therapy?
Well, hormone replacement therapy
is that the estrogen thing?
Right. Hormone replacement is usually for women that is in menopause.
Okay.
So, when I was looking into it, because I had gotten to the point, I think this is my 10th year menopause. I'm not lying. And I think like smack dab in the middle of it, I was like, I cannot take this anymore. I have got to do something. So when I talked to my doctor about it, she immediately said hormone replacement therapy for some women have a high cancer risk. So she said, think about it. Think about, is that something you want to do? Now, I have a cousin who says she got her patch and she has not had any problems. 2 years after she told me that, I got diagnosed with cancer.
So, but how do you present that to somebody? Hey, we know you might have a problem, or you have a problem, but you could try this, but has a high risk of cancer.
That's how you present it.
Oh, no.
Because it is an option for a lot of women. It is an option for a lot of women. Now, for me, the thing that made me say no was like I said, my father had prostate cancer. Right. My grandmother had colon cancer. So, I was just like, But like I said, I have a cousin who got her hormone replacement patch and, got her hormones in check, and she is not sweating at night and fighting and got 20 pounds heavier than all of the things.
Oh, that's for menopause.
That's for menopause.
Okay.
All of those things that come with it.
As a man, educate me on what's the feeling of menopause. Because you say menopause, I see when I think about it, just from what I've heard from women, is that the hot flashes.
Okay, so that's that. All of that is because your estrogen is decreasing.
All right, so it's too low. But if you got too high,
yes,
you increase cancer. But too low, you just suffer.
Yeah, you just suffer. So you can have hot flashes, night sweats, memory loss, weight gain. I woke up one day and my pants didn't fit, and I was like, "What the hell?" Weight gain, sugar cravings. Like I haven't had sugar cravings like I've never had before. Forgetfulness. I think I said that. See?
I go through all that now.
Oh, okay. Might be having something going on.
I'm gonna have to look that up, see if men go through something similar.
I think they do. I honestly think they do. They really do. Your lack of sex drive.
Okay.
Everything's dry. Your skin is dry, your eyes are dry, your mouth is dry, everything is dry.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
So there it's a lot, and it's different for every woman. Every woman doesn't have all of those things, and for some women they can have it. Like I remember my mother saying, "Oh yeah, for about a year I used to get those hot flashes, but I don't have them no more." And last time I went to my doctor, I was like, "This is year number 10. This needs to be over with now."
But somebody told me that menopause is actually like a 1 or 2 day thing.
For some women, it's like it's over.
Okay. And then,
I'm sitting over here 10 years later. Like, why is this not changing? So it for every woman it's different. And they usually say, if your mother didn't have A, B, or C, you may not have A, B, or C. Lies. She said she had it for about a year and it was done and over with. And okay. I'm better. I have to say I'm better, but I am taking a little bit of medication. So I'm a little bit better.
So you're saying 10 years?
It's 10 years.
Or did you say a long time? A long time could be like 2.
Right. For some women, it's 2 years.
I mean, for you, I'm saying.
No, it's been 10.
10 years? Oh,
it has been 10. I'm not lying. It has been 10 years. And with each year, there's something new I get. It's like, why is this happening? Oh, that's a menopausal symptom.
So it's different in little people.
Stop talking to me. Yeah. So,
wow.
I got diagnosed in 22. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say 23, but I think it was 22.
It was
22.
It wasn't 23 because I remember when you told me.
Right.
I was driving out to the upper area.
Okay.
And I wasn't here then.
You were driving to
I was into my apartment.
Okay. You were driving. Yeah. So it had to be 22. I think it was summer 22.
Okay.
And I just happened to be laying in bed one night. I think I was scratching, not to be grasping. I was just scratching my chest. And I was just like, "Oh, this doesn't feel right." Now, mind you, I was not keeping up on my mammograms.
Wait, was that what made you go?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't keeping up on my mammograms. I was doing self exams. Mm-hmm. But later found out that I wasn't doing it correctly.
Okay.
And pretty much I was like a little kneading cat and just pressing. You know how cats just knead? I would just press places. But it's an actual way to do it.
Okay.
And I would encourage all women to talk with their GYN or their primary care doctor, and they will show them.
Yeah, check www.hottopicspodcast.com. We could post a video of Lamb Chop showing you how to check.
No, she's not doing that. Primary care doc, GYN. So I felt the little lump, and I was like, "Oh, this don't feel right. I got it." And actually, my words were, "Damn, now something else." So of course, I call my doctor. She gets me in. She looks at it and just like, yeah, I don't like that. Let's get you to a no, go do your mammogram. Go do your mammogram. Let's see what the mammogram says, and then we'll go from there. Well, I called to get the mammogram done, and they were just like, "Oh, well, we can't find your records from your last mammogram, and we really want those to compare."
Oh, okay.
So I'm just like, I got a lump in my chest. I don't have time for y'all to compare. Right. You get this one, get me scheduled for this one. And like our last guest was saying, it is a lot of bureaucracy. Mm-hmm. And you have to be strong enough to stand up for yourself. And I was like, I don't have time for that. You need to get me in here, get this mammogram done.
See, you advocated for yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. You have to. I was like, I don't have time for you to be looking to find the last mammogram I had. And partly, I didn't really remember the last one I had. So I was like, I don't have time. Right. I don't have time. I need to get this mammogram done. Got the mammogram done. So everything is my chart. I looked at my chart. They said, mammogram normal. Dodged a bullet. Felt great.
Okay. Go
back to my GYN. No, my GYN calls us out. I'm going to refer you to the surgical oncologist. That's what she said, because we need to biopsy this.
Wait a minute, but they said it was normal. Right. So why would you need
My chart said it was normal.
Okay.
So because I needed to get the lump out anyway. Okay. That's what she was saying. I'm going to refer you to the oncology, because we're going to take this lump out. We want to look at it. We want to make sure it's okay. So I go to the medical oncologist. I think it's surgical oncologist. And he said it could be absolutely nothing or it could be something. So, let's not panic until we at least do the biopsy. Fine. Get the biopsy done. My chart says normal.
Okay.
Great. I'm in a good mood. I'm happy all day. I get home later and he calls and says, you need to come in.
Oh, Lord.
Right. So you're just like, oh, this is bullshit. I go in and he's just like, yeah, I know your chart says normal, but I don't feel right about it.
So that was him being.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, I don't feel right about it. We're going to go in. We're going to take the lump out. We're going to, well, they had already biopsied it then. He's like, I want to go back in and get a little more. Okay. So in 2 months, I had 2 surgeries. Yeah. So went back in, took some more tissue out, sent it to Hopkins this time. And Hopkins said, no, that's cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So where did they send it the first time?
I guess university. Because that's where I was going. So they sent it. They sent it to a specialist at Hopkins.
Okay.
So I go to see the specialist at Hopkins. And all of this is happening in 2 months' time. Go see the specialist at Hopkins, and he's telling me that this is a rare tumor. It's called malignant phalosis, tumor of the breast. Yeah.
Malignant phalosis.
Phalosis. I think that's how you say it. It's probably not how you say it, but like we said, what did we say? Like, how many women get diagnosed with cancer?
1 in 8
a year. So for this tumor, it might be 1 a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Out of the 240?
Right. Well, out of the 240,000, it may be 3,000. So it's considered a rare tumor. So the Hopkins people see me. This person sees me, another person sees me, and at this point, like I said, I'm just whipping out the boob every time I go somewhere. It's like I'm over all of this. And finally, they're just like, listen, this is the treatment plan. We're going to do radiation. We think chemotherapy is going to be more harmful than helpful.
Okay.
So I was lucky enough to be in that position.
Wait, you said they said radiation.
Radiation.
Chemotherapy out.
Would be, right.
Okay,
chemotherapy would be more harmful because chemotherapy, like she said, affects all your entire, everything that's going on. Okay. So it wouldn't be beneficial to do the chemo. Okay. It would be more harmful to me.
So when they do radiation, they can focus on a specific area.
Right.
Where the chemotherapy, they just put it in your whole body. And then just wreak havoc
to your whole body. Okay. Right. And it's killing, like she said, it kills the good and the bad. It is killing the cancer. Okay. So after the removal of the tumor, the radiation was for the prevention of the tumor coming back. Okay. So, and they gave me an 85% success rate. I'm like, all right, I'll take 85. Because what else am I going to do? Like, not take 80. I mean, I could have opted to not have radiation. But my whole thing is, I don't want this thing coming back. So every day, 5 days a week, for 36 cycles of radiation, I did radiation. You
said every day?
Every Monday through Friday for 36 sessions.
Wow.
So what's that, like a month and a half?
7 weeks, yeah. Almost 2 months.
Yeah, almost 2 months every day.
Wow.
And it's painful. Well, let me say this. The radiation itself is not painful. What it does to your skin is painful. Okay. It is extremely painful because you have the highest sunburn that you possibly can get.
Oh, so you just feel like
blister
burning.
And you blister and your skin peels. You don't feel anything while they're giving you the radiation. You don't feel it at all. What you feel is after, like your skin. Like I said, your skin starts to blister and peel. It is extremely painful to lay on your side. It's extremely painful to put clothes on.
Did they have anything that helped that? Like
they give you cream. Yeah, they tell you the lotion, and you can only wear, and you can only like do like a warm shower. And at some point, like halfway through the radiation, I didn't even want hot water touching or warm water touching it. Like I would shower with my back facing the water.
So men, let's put it in perspective. When she's saying warm, that means hot for us. Just let you know.
Yeah, because my showers are hell. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. My showers are hell.
Most women take showers as just a 1 degree before steam. So.
Yeah, but my showers are hot. So it is extremely painful. Like I said, anything touching you, you don't want anything touching you, you know. And in the grand scheme of things, of all things cancer, I made out. You know what I'm saying? I really, it could have been so much worse. So I'm grateful for that. It could have been so much worse, but it's not fun. Still, it is not fun. And now I'm still going. Every 6 months, I'm going to one of my 4 oncology specialists.
Just for checkup.
Just for checkup.
No radiation.
No radiation. Nothing like that. I'm still doing checkups. But
and how long will that?
Don't know
until
they say stop coming. My radiologist oncologist said I don't have to come back. So that was the first one that told me I didn't have to come back. But the other 3 I will be seeing every 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a journey. It is a journey. So do self-checks, do your mammograms. And I'm not even going to be a hypocrite and say eat better and exercise because, initially I tried in the beginning. I tried, but that's really hard to do. But I one thing that I have done is try to do less toxic things.
Okay, yeah,
like I know. I'm trying to do less plastic in my home. I started making my own hair care products because hair and skin products are horrible for you. So I'm doing my own hair and skin products. So I'm just trying to be I'm not crazy with it.
So baby oil is okay?
Actually, it's not.
It's not?
I think it's got mineral oil in it, and that's not necessarily
I thought mineral oil was good for you.
That's not necessarily good for you. Anything with petroleum in it, so let go of the Vaseline and all of those things. Okay. So
that would have been a commercial break.
Okay. So basically, like I said, for right now, I'm going every 6 months. I still have some pain. We're working on that. And you know how that goes. Like the radiologist says it's the scar tissue from a surgery. The surgeon says it's the radiation. So everybody's pawning it off on everybody else. But it very well may be just something I had to live with. But I still have both my breasts, so I'm gonna live with it.
I think a lot of people, when they go, and I speak for myself, when you go through pain for so long, it almost kind of numbs you to it.
It becomes part of your life. Yeah, it becomes part of your life. That's what it is. I'm definitely not numb to it because some days it's worse than others. Really? And sleeping has been, I never slept well anyway, but now sleeping is really, because I'm a right side sleeper and I had it on my right side. So sleeping has become difficult, but.
So now you have to be really careful.
No, I bought I actually made a lumpectomy pillow. Okay. And what that is just a heart-shaped pillow, and you kind of nestle your boob up in there.
So it doesn't...
So it takes kind of the pressure off, and it doesn't move around that much.
So you mentioned lumpectomy. Mm-hmm. So those part of the treatment. So we already talked about chemotherapy, radiation. Mastectomy. So lumpectomy is when they go in and
just remove the actual lump that you have. So that's what I had. So
some of the other ones they have in there, I didn't know they had this many, but hormonal therapy. You heard that?
I think some women are able to do that, and it's a pill that some women take, like for years after.
Okay.
And is the hormone therapy for women who are too negative?
And they said for hormone receptor positive breast cancer. So I don't know, maybe it's the type of breast cancer.
Okay.
They have something that I guess medication that blocks the hormones that fuel
the actual
cancer growth.
Okay.
Then they have targeted therapy that involves the drugs that target specific cancers.
Just that. Okay.
Which is I would think that would be the most unreliable but best to have.
Because you're not affecting all the other things. Right. But who knows? Like every woman is different.
It says immunotherapy, using the body's immune system to fight cancer. Never heard of that one.
Me either.
But I guess that would be ideal
if you have a good immune system.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how that actually goes. Anybody who's gone through that, let us know, because I would like to know.
Right.
And then clinical trials. I don't know if that's a so much a treatment, but that's more like experimental type.
Yeah, I think they experimental drugs that they use for clinical trials.
And then after that, you got the supportive care, which is probably the take a deep breath and you're done with all the, I won't say the worrying, but
you're never not worrying. I can't cough without thinking, is it back? You're never not worrying. Yeah.
That's doing everything that we mentioned the first time, right? And then just keeping track what you're doing,
right?
With the monthly thing and stuff like that, and I guess managing the side effects of. I mean, my father had cancer, and I know some of his side effects was horrible.
Yeah. Did he have radiation and chemo?
I'm not I can't remember because honestly, I thought radiation and chemo was
the same thing. Okay.
So I don't know. Okay. So he had liver cancer, and I'm thinking that it's spread, but I can't remember. It was kind of like, it's funny, like when I didn't have to go through that, but I saw what it did to him.
Right.
And it was kind of like, you blink out with certain things. So I don't know if I could ever be a caregiver. And
it's hard.
Yeah,
it is hard.
Just to see that transition, it was pretty hard.
And you know what, I would tell my husband, just go to work. I can go to radiation because I draw myself to radiation. I draw myself, because you're not in pain. It's it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt till midway through. You didn't want the moral support? Well, I did. I absolutely needed the moral support, but I would look at him and could see the worry.
Okay.
I could see how he would panic if I was in bed and I made a
Right.
And that was harder for me to take than me physically going here. And I was like, no, go ahead, go to work, take your mind off of it. I'll be good. I can draw myself. Okay. I'm going to be all right. And I was fine. And so a lot of times it's like, I don't want to look at people and see their worry.
Right.
And it's hard for them not to worry.
Right.
Because, they love you. They care about you. So it's hard for them not to worry. But yes, it was easy for me. And I remember one of the ladies that I became friends with. And it's so funny because she was just like 110, old little white lady.
You became friends with her in the office?
Yeah. The other ladies that were in there getting radiation.
Okay.
And she was saying, honey, I see you in here every day by yourself. Are you by yourself? You don't have any family? And I was just like, oh, no, I'm not by myself. I felt like it was better for me to just not see them worry. Because her husband just had that look like, I cannot lose this woman. So he just had that look. So it was better for me to not see that.
Okay.
But I also, in the same sense, think if my mother was living, I would have made her go with me every day. She would have went. I wouldn't have had a choice. Right. I would have made her go with me every day. But yeah, it was. Yeah, you do make friends with all the ladies and.
Inez, you ready?
I was like, Ma, come on, you gonna make me late. Yeah, she would have went. She would have went every day. No doubt about it. But she would have also. Are you supposed to be eating that? Are you supposed to be doing that?
She would have mommed you.
Yeah, she would have. She would have mommed me. Get me those clothes. I'll wash them. He's supposed to be doing the laundry. But they tell you to try to stay within your normal routine as best you can.
Okay.
But if you're tired, lay down.
Who's going to do that though?
Right.
After you done had this traumatic.
Right. But they're trying to give you as much normalcy as you possibly can get. So they say, try this day. If you feel like working, work. If you don't feel like working, don't work. Just if you want to cook, just do all the things that you can do as normal as you can possibly do them. And for the most part, I did. But being able to work from home, like when they told me to go home,
that was
that was the best move I could have made because there's no way I was going to make it in at 5:30 in the morning. On some of those days when radiation just tires you out.
I'm not making it in at 5:30 on full health. All right, no.
Oh my God! So with all that being said, ladies, gentlemen,
as a recap, self-check. I guess you would need to know your family's history too.
Family history, right? Yes, know your family history, self-check. But like I said, I didn't really have family history of breast cancer, so it's hard. Self-check. Mammograms, family history, try to eat well.
Exercise.
Don't
overindulge in alcohol. quit smoking, period. I'm going to say that because smoking is a carcinogen regardless. So
period.
If
quit
it's not
smoking.
that,
yes.
it could be something else.
Right. And sometimes with smoking, the people in your house might get sick and you might not get it. Yeah. So no smoking. Yeah. No smoking. And what was the other one? What was that?
Diet, exercise. Reduce your stress. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because you can say this by everything again.
Right.
Diet, exercise, reduce your stress. Something having to do with God, I forgot. Just be healthy.
Try to be healthy.
Yes.
Oh, reduce your toxins. Like look at your toxins. Seriously, right. Look at the stuff that's in your house. A long time ago, long time ago, I started getting allergies. In my 40s. These are the 3 things that he told me to stop doing. Get rid of your carpet.
Oh yeah.
Stop using most household products. Bleach in particular.
I bleach. Bleach.
You just don't realize how toxic bleach is.
It's coming in. My house used to smell like you go to the bathroom, smell like a swimming pool.
Yeah. And oh God, I forgot the 3rd thing. See, you know what?
Let me see.
No carpet. He said stop using carpet.
Household
products can be toxic. And there was one more thing in my brain. Just it just went right out of my head.
Hair products.
Well, those are toxins too.
But you said something. You said
the allergist told me it was 3 things.
Oh, the allergist. Okay.
Yeah, and
okay.
Honey.
Honey. Take honey.
But it has to be local honey.
Yeah, you want to take the what's it called? The bee pollen.
Bee pollen help. Yeah. It has to be local.
And you have to do it earlier than the allergy season.
Yes.
Because it needs time.
Actually, he was just like, all year round. Just pop some in your, pop some in your tea, just all year round. But make sure it's local because then it's based on
the area,
area where they get the bees from. Okay. So yeah, make sure it's local.
So go out there and get your bee pollen. Actually, I went on Amazon to pick some up, and I don't know if I sent it through my cart because for some odd reason, maybe I got distracted.
It's easy to do.
I definitely, my daughter, her and her allergy, I have to get her some.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So we'll handle that. Well, ladies, gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I hope this was informative. I learned some things.
Good.
And if you would like to share your story, we'd be glad to hear it. You can hit us up by email, hottopicspodcast@gmail.com, or make it easy. Just go to the website. Everything's there on the contact us. And we also have a forum there. So you can actually, type in your stuff, tell your story, whatever, and we'll share it on a later episode. So word of the day was...
The word of the day is screenings.
Screenings.
Get your health screenings.
Get your health screenings. And men, you're not...
immune.
Exactly. You're not immune.
Exempt.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm going to think about it. It's like, does it happen in the fatty tissue? Because I can't imagine it being like if people, like if you...
You mean for men?
Yeah. Because most of us don't have, the fatty tissue in there. So,
Don't look at me. I don't know. Okay. I do not have MD
I'm gonna make an assumption. Hey, go out there and do some push-ups and get rid of that fatty. But don't go to my gym because we got too many people there already. So ain't like I go there normally anyway. But
there's too many people the days that you go. Say that.
So we will catch you on the next one. Am I forgetting something? I feel I'm forgetting something.
I don't know. You'll remember the next one.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta. I represent, this is what I do.